One thing that aggravates me to no end about a lot of leftists, especially white leftists, white women leftists, at the very least, white presenting female leftists, is that they tend to dabble in shit that's none of their fucking business. And then when you call them out for it, they get condescending and they have this attitude of they're in on this inside secret that nobody except them knows. And then they do this funny little thing when you call them out. They start crying and say, "Oh, well, my dad's black. I have a friend that's black. My husband's black." Which proves that they are no better than right-leaning people. And when I hear black people taking up for these types of people, it's very heartbreaking, because at the end of the day, they would never do the same for you, especially in a video where they are tearing down a black woman. What make you think that they would ever reciprocate and take up for you? I'm friends with women who have intelligent conversations. I'm friends with women who understand nuance. I'm friends with women who are open-minded, and they might say something, but when presented with new information that's fact, they are able to process that and say, you know what? I was wrong. I changed my mind. And one thing I love about my friend group is if you're wrong, you're wrong. We don't stand up for you. We don't advocate for, if you're wrong, you're wrong. And we say that. And if we have the mental and emotional spoons and the wherewithal to educate you on why you're wrong, we will. Or we might just say, I don't know, you might need to go check your research on that quickly. And white people and white presenting leftists and right-leaning people love a good black. They love a good black person that will stand with them and ride or die for them and take up for them. They will love them to the moon and back, superficially, because they will never reciprocate that same behavior for you. And I made a video about this before, and I was specifically talking about black women who, I get it, some people don't have any friends. Hee hee, funny. Yeah, this don't apply to me because I don't have any friends. This ain't the time for that kind of joke, all right? I'm talking specifically about black women who befriend a bunch of white women, and that's their main friend group type person. There will come a time when you're faced with the fact that you went to bat for these women, and you will have an awakening where you finally realize, wow, they're not doing the same for me. And if by chance they ever do, it's in a situation that will make them come out looking like a savior, a white savior. And that's about as far as it will go. Kind of like in the movie Wicked, when Glinda, she wanted the attention on her. So she was like, in solidarity, I'm going to change my name to Glinda. And everybody was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. She wasn't doing that in solidarity of anyone. She was doing that to make herself look good. If just humanity, period. If you say you're my friend and I say something wrong and you stick up for me and you go to bat for me, you're not really my friend. I think you hate me because you enjoy me looking like a complete idiot. That's just my take on that. And if the only way that you see me as your friend is if I go to bat for you and put everything on the line for you, even though you would never do those things for me, you don't love me. You're just using me as a human shield. Now listen, I'm going to be quite realistic. I get it. Sometimes we in the black community, because of generational trauma, we can be quite nasty to each other. I'm not going to sit here and lie and deny that. We can be. Because of generational trauma, we can be quite nasty to people who don't fit, in our minds, what a black person should be, anything that is different. But I will also say this: running to the arms of white or white presenting people is not going to bring you any peace. I won't deny that there might be some rarities in white women who are amazing friends to black women who would go to bat for them as well. But that is not the norm. And that's what you see. You remember that whole trend where black women would talk about how they were in the sunken place because their friendship circle was mostly white and they were trying to assimilate to that to be just like them. And then something happened and they were like, no, this isn't right. And then everything turned around for them and they got rid of that whole friend group and changed their life. A lot of y'all are in the sunken place. And I hope that whatever causes your awakening is not something horrific, is not something that causes irreparable damage to you. I get it. Some of us as black people can be mean and not accepting of things that don't fit our mind of what a black person should look like, act like, and be like. I get that. But running to white people, it's not the answer. It's not the answer. I want some of us to be okay with being alone and vetting people before we're quick to call them a friend and doing our own work. I want us to be okay with being alone and doing that rather than this need of I need people, I need numbers, I need quantity so badly that we overlook the quality of the people that we are choosing to allow into our lives.